How you doing? So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be fixing this beam that we have here. It looks like there's some dry rot. It was probably bad when it came from the factory. So we're going to go ahead and go up on the ladder and we're going to kind of scrape out some of the loose wood and we're going to fill it with the compound and see if we can get it looking like it's always been there. So this is about the highest you want to be on the ladder. You never want to step on this top step. Got some dry rot here. As is kind of cleaning it out, I'm going to screw this piece back to this beam and then we're going to mix some compound and then we're going to get that all nice and flat and we'll show the next step here in a minute. So we're going to get some screws. We're going to screw that loose piece of wood to the beam there and then we're going to fill it in with some joint compound afterwards. So let's go ahead and screw this in. So we're going to go ahead and mix up, we're using Rapid Set. It's kind of a mix between 20 Minute and Fix-All, if you're familiar with that product. Fix-All dries really hard and 20 Minute joint compound stays really soft. This kind of in between, so you can kind of work it and create grain. I like using it and it gives you a little bit more time to work. So what we want to do is we're going to go 2 parts, however much you use, 2 parts the mixture and then 1 part water. So take your bag, kind of grab it with your spatula, put it in there. This is probably 1 more scoop and then it should be good. Okay, so you can see once you got it mixed, if you really need to be specific, you can measure with some measuring cup if you want to do that, but I try to get it to like a peanut butter type texture and I just kind of mix in my water until I get it to the texture I want. If I got a lot to do and I have a big hole, I'll mix it a little bit more dry. If I want it really smooth, I'll kind of get it a little bit wetter. So I've got 2 size trowels. I've got a 4-inch and 8-inch, 10-inch maybe. And I'm gonna put it on first with this one, small one, so I can get it nice in the joints. And then once I get it in where I have full coverage, I'll take it with the bigger one and then I'll flatten it out, get it nice and smooth. And then we'll let it sit for a little bit, get hard, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna make it to where it has some grain so it actually looks like a beam. Let's go on up and put this on there. So all we're trying to do is get it flush with the existing beam. We're filling in all the voids. Here we have a low spot we're gonna have to build up. And when we're done with this, hopefully we'll never know there was an issue and take it off. That's kind of the plan here. Looks like I mixed up just the right amount too. So you'll see when I make the transition to the bigger trowel, how I get it nice and flat. I'll scrape off the rest of it and I'm going to transition to the bigger trowel, lay it all the way across. And I'm using the existing beam as my guide. And as this starts to get harder, I'll be able to work it a lot better. Right now I'm just kind of getting it close to into shape. This stuff has about maybe about a 10 minute to 20 minute work life. Come back and play around with it a little bit more. So I got the material on and it's starting to harden up a little bit, so now's the time where we can actually shape it. There's some high spots here that I can flatten out and you can see how it holds its position. And then I can scrape it on the side, create a nice flat surface to work. I'll show you what we got to do here.
I'm doing is trying to make it flat. And then once it gets a little bit harder, then I'll come in and create some grain. But for now, I'm just kind of shaping it, getting it close to where we can go in and create some texture. Our material is hardened up quite a bit, and I've got some pieces that fell on the floor, so you can kind of see how it's kind of hardened up a little bit. Not super hard, but it's still hard enough to where we can move it. So I'm going up and kind of create some texture, some wood grain. Let's go do it. Now there's no real set way to do this. It's just kind of trying to just create little grain textures, patterns in the wood, just to give it a rough look. So I'll do this for a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll show you what the finished product looks like, and it'll be ready for primer and paint. This beam will look like it's always been there. So that's how we do a patch on a beam. Hopefully that helps you. We'll catch you on the next one.